Watch this. I sent you this video. George St. Pierre, who we all know, which, by the way, you told me, yes, can you talk about that, about the date, or no?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, of course, UFC announced the fight. They came to me with the fight. George St. Pierre, July 8th, Las Vegas. International Fight Week is the date and the event that we are targeting. And, but Dana wouldn't confirm the date at the press conference. But then I saw Dana a couple of weeks later when I was working at Fox, and Dana said, yeah, we're still hoping July 8th. Now, really, I guess all I've got to do is reach out to Dana and say, Dana, how's it looking? But the other day, George St. Pierre is one of his trainers, and he's going to think, he's never going to do this again because I've kind of got his trust, but I guess that trust is out the window now. It has, several times I've shit on him and made it public what we say, and now I'm talking about it yet again on my podcast. But Jorge Blanco, if you're listening, he sent me a little text. He says, hold on, let me bring it up.
Slow down. You do this every time. I want to make it clear to people.
I know. He's never going to speak to me again.
He goes.
No, but it's nothing bad.
Right.
Morning, Michael. All good, buddy. Rehab going well. Now, bear in mind, this is George St. Pierre's coach. So whilst it might look like a friendly text, and as I say, we are friendly, of course, he's his coach. So I was actually in the car on the way to sparring. I was going to do some rounds with Rafael Dos Anjos that morning, actually. And I was going to type out because I was stuck in traffic. I was like, oh, yeah. The knee's fine. I'm on my way to training. But I thought, no. Obviously, it's GSP's coach. So I responded with, hey, bud, yeah, slow going, unfortunately, but I think I'll be able to start training soon enough.
So now you're putting fake information into his camp. Brilliant.
Fake news, buddy. Fake news, exactly.
Very smart.
And then he put, that's good to hear. And I put, any word of a date yet? And he said, that's good, I have no idea, blah, 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 some other stuff. But he says, no idea of a date on our side. And I put, UFC want July 8th. He said, I doubt that's going to happen. Anyway, so long story short, looks like GSP is trying to push for a later date. I heard rumors of that a while ago from Ariel Helwani. I heard that they wanted like September, October, and that's what UFC told me as well. But I'm just throwing it out there right now. If he wants to wait until September or October, then he can go find himself another opponent, buddy, because I call the shots. Without sounding like an asshole, it's my belt. I'm the champion, and I'm not willing to sit around until September or October. This fight was discussed in January. A fight camp only takes 8 weeks or 6 weeks. Fighting in September or October is ridiculous. July 8th is the date. I will be a little bit flexible and maybe go past that a little bit, but I want to fight International Fight Week, July 8th. So, George St. Pierre, get it together. Stop doing your fucking gymnastics. Stop doing your backflips and whatever it is. And let's do this, buddy. Come on, sign the paperwork. You want it. You sat there at the press conference. You talked big. You sounded confident. So, sign the goddamn paperwork. It's as simple as that.
What happens, let me ask you, let's say for some reason he's not ready. Let's say he's not ready until 2018.
If he's not ready, then I guess Yoel Romero gets his title shot.
Wow.
Because, listen, I'm not afraid of Yoel Romero. And if GSP wants to fight, of course, there's a great storyline there. And it's George St. Pierre coming back, fighting for the middleweight title. We've been over this a million times.
Of course.
Everyone's heard about this. And it's great, and it'll do big business. But I'm not willing to sit around, and he doesn't get to call the shots. You know what I'm saying? It's my belt, and I'm not just some little asshole waiting in the wings for my title shot. I've got the belt, and I want to fight. I'm in my prime. I don't want to sit around for a year. If we don't fight until September or October, that would be a year. And I'm not willing to wait a year, for George St. Pierre.
Wow.
Regardless, I might as well do 2 fights in that 1 year and still make the same money. So, George, if you're listening, bud, get it together, and let's do this goddamn fight. Come on.
It's crazy. I almost feel like you shouldn't have put it out there, because now I feel like Yoel Romero is going to pull a Tanya Harding and break GSP's kneecap. Or
what's a Tanya Harding?
Tanya Harding was that ice skater back in the Olympics who had Nancy Kerrigan attacked. Do you remember this from the 90s? This was a very big story.
Last week, let alone the 90s.
Yeah, this is a very big story in America.
I don't recall this story, no.
So, basically, it was during the Olympics. I think it was 92 or something like that. The number one figure skater and the number one seed or whatever they call it in figure skating was Nancy Kerrigan. And Tanya Harding was like just less good. And she hired a guy to come in with a pipe and break Tanya Harding's knee as she was. I swear to God, dude, it's a huge story. It's so funny because you were in England. This probably just wasn't a big fucking deal there because these were American athletes on our Olympic team. But now I feel like
Winter Olympics.
Yeah, it's Winter Olympics.
Yeah. We don't give a damn about the Winter Olympics.
You don't give a shit.
We get zero snow.
Yeah, so now I kind of feel like you've left the window open for Yoel Romero and his Cuban thugs to attack George St. Pierre as he's coming out of his ballet classes or his, gymnastics or something like that. It's not good.
Hold on, so I'm googling Tanya Harding. Tanya Harding baseball bat.
It's not. Just put Google Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan. There's no video of it.
I've got it. Incidentally, somebody else. Sent me a picture of GSP, and he was in Miami recently. So you're right. Maybe Yoel and his Cuban thugs will go and get him because he was down there recently. And get this, Luis J. Gomez, at a pool party. So for all his bloody bluster at the press conference, right? We say, Michael, you've been drinking and all this business. He was at a goddamn pool party. It's like, dude, that was a while ago. Now I've rehabbed my knee. I'm training. I'm living life as an athlete. But this guy's secretly at pool parties, Gomez. What do you make of that?
I'm looking up right now. I just typed in George St. Pierre partying, and there are a lot of pictures of George St. Pierre.
Oh, pot calling kettle black.
Drinks in his hand, girls around him, pools, dancing. GSP, he's not necessarily Mr. Goody Two-Shoes either.
Happy Friday, everybody. I'll tell you, we got a little bit of a slow news day around here, Joel. The biggest news coming out is that Conor McGregor went back before the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and they reduced his fine. Remember when he got a $150,000 fine and he was all upset for throwing that bottle? They've reduced it to $25,000. Somebody in the media called that a slap on the wrist. I don't know when $25,000 became a slap on the wrist, but at any rate, they got some resolution. I think he will pay that fine. He was refusing to pay the $150,000 fine, which just means he can't go back to Nevada. And that might even be able to follow him. They might even be able to get a judgment and follow him around to some other state. I don't really know how that works, though I trust they can. But at any rate, $25,000. I'll tell you this, though. None of that was really the point as much as I like the throw in the bottle thing. I thought it was funny when they took to throwing bottles at one another. Where it wasn't funny is out of camera shot from my computer where I watched that. Is apparently one of those bottles hit a kid. And so now the gig is up. They weren't just air balls or lobbed towards the Diaz brothers. Apparently it hit a kid. That's what the problem was.
Well, not the bottle. The bottle's not going to hurt anybody. It was the can of Monster that nipped the kid. Or maybe the bottle. I don't know. But I tell you this, why do people that have very little money or no money think that people with a bunch of money can just pay whatever?
Yeah, slap on the wrist, somebody calls it.
It's $25,000.
Yeah, a fine is not a slap on the wrist.
That's 2.5 stacks of high society, baby.
Yeah.
That's a little trip to Vegas.
25 dimes. That's gangster talk for $25,000.
Yeah, buddy.
So anyway, that was kind of the news that came out today, but I did think, first off, I thought it was good theater. You can't hit the kid. And then you just made a point that the can would hurt him, but the bottle wouldn't. If it hits a kid, the gig is up. All of a sudden, somebody has to get involved. I'm not sure anybody even gets involved for the bottle throwing. I'm not sure they don't say the same thing I did, which is it was funny. And the people that were up on stage with Conor were laughing. I mean, there was some good theater to that.
Hold on. Listen, if you are at a Conor McGregor Nate Diaz fight, you're one of two people. You're a lunatic Irish fan, or you're the 209. Okay? They don't care if they get hit with the bottles. Oh, what, he got hit with the bottle? That guy's like, I got hit with the bottle. Give the kid 25 dimes. Go find that kid and give the 25 dimes to the kid.
Give the kid the bottle and sign it. The kid would probably think that was cool. But I'm just saying, if you are a commission and a kid gets hit, the gig is up. Something has to be done, and something was.
Hey, or we're in Vegas. Let's skin it. Let's skin that 25. Let's flip it on a card. Let's skin it one time. We get that 25 and it's 50. You keep your 25. We lose it. It goes to the house. We're in Vegas, baby. You don't need Conor's loot.
All right. Onward and upward. You've got some notes. Let's get into it.
No notes. What are we going to talk about?